Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Gaming on Board. Tonight we're going to take a look at a dungeon crawl game. But it's not just any dungeon crawl game. It's a dungeon crawl that only takes 5 minutes per boss. So this is one that was really successful on Kickstarter. I think it funded in like 6 hours or something like that. It met like 500% of its goal. So it's a dungeon crawl that only takes 5 minutes. So I guess an appropriate name would be 5 Minute Dungeon. So this is the retail version. This is not the Kickstarter version, so I don't even know what's in this box. I mean, the art, first off, the art's like totally different. And it's got this weird box shape. So we'll see what's in here. It's got some great reviews, so I'm sure it's fun either way. And it's also got a companion app. So let's go down to the table, take a look at what's in the box, and see what the timer app's like. First off, very strange box shape. I don't know why they chose this other than it looks cool on the shelf at the store, but not so much on the shelf at home. So it would have been great if they just made a normal box. Also, the art here is way different than the Kickstarter version. And the Kickstarter version looked a lot cooler. Hopefully this isn't all the characters. Well, it can't be because it's 2 to 5 players. So there's a side of the box. There you go. So this was taken on by Spin Master for publication and distribution to retail stores. There's the back of the box. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Well, there's a ton of heroes. It's pretty self-explanatory. So let's see what's in this retail version of the game. What's going on with my camera? Alright. This is only $20, by the way. Not too bad. Alright. So, here's your instructions. Welcome to 5 Minute Dungeon. Setup. Real fill in your hand. Winning, losing. There's how to get the app. The app is literally just a timer, but it's got a few different voices and stuff. So explains the boss cards, the door cards, the challenge cards. There you go. So basically in this game, okay, cool. This is the same art from the Kickstarter version, thank God. Because I was looking at this stuff right here and I'm like, what's going on with that? I don't, maybe it's a homage to some of the designers or something. So anyway, each of the heroes has a female side and a male side. I'm assuming. No. Totally off. I just saw purple female, purple male, so I thought maybe male, female. Anyway, so there's a ninja, a thief, a barbarian, and a gladiator. The art's actually pretty cool. The huntress, ranger, paladin, Valkyrie, sorceress, and a wizard. You got to have a wizard. So each of them has their own little player power. So this guy can discard 3 cards to pause until somebody plays a card. So basically it's you hit the pause, you get to pause the timer. Discard 3 cards to defeat an obstacle. There's obstacle cards. Discard 3 to beat a person. There's persons and monsters and obstacles and events. So there's a bunch of different stuff. Discard 3 to defeat a person. Discard 3 cards to defeat a monster. Discard 3 cards. Yeah, so I'm not going to go through all of them, but these are your warrior cards, or your hero cards. So you'll have a deck here, and then you'll discard here. And then here are the bosses. So there's going to be a stack of door cards here with some events mixed in there. So once you defeat all the monsters, you make it to the boss, and you got to defeat the boss. So the way this game works is anytime a card comes out, you together as a group have to play cards to match all the symbols. And then once you've played cards to match the symbols, that creature, that person, or that monster, or that obstacle is dead. And obviously the bosses take a lot. So there's the second level boss, third level boss, fourth level, a freaking dragon. Level 4, and you see they're getting harder and harder. And then there's a dungeon master who requires 3 of each. And I think that means that's how many cards go into the dungeon. So you got to get through 40 cards and then defeat that. So the further you go into the dungeon, the harder it gets. So you might beat the baby barbarian, but that's just level 1. You haven't beaten the game until you've defeated all 5 of these bosses. Then you've got a deck for each different color. So the wizard and the sorceress are blue. The ninja and the thief are purple. The gladiator and the barbarian are red. The ranger and the huntress are green. And the paladin and the valkyrie are yellow. And each of these decks has, depending on the color of the deck, it has more of one type of symbol than it does the others. And there's also some special like wild cards and different things like that. So should be able to tell pretty quickly. So there's, yeah, it looks like there's more shields in here than anything. Yeah, there's some double shields. Yeah, so the paladins are going to be more shields. And I believe when you play 2-player, you choose 1 hero, and then you get 2 of the different colored decks to kind of even it out. So yellow, green, red, purple, and then, yeah, okay. So these are the different symbols. You already saw them on the boss cards I showed you. So there's a sword, a scroll, shield, and arrow. And then, like I said, there's some special cards like Divine Shield, pause time. So basically, you can pause the timer because you only get 5 minutes, and I'll show you the companion app here in a second. You would pause time, everybody gets to draw a card, and then once you've discussed what's in your hand and what you want to do and how you want to use your different powers, then boom, you can go and you start the timer again. So he's got 2 Divine Shields. Choose a player to put their discard pile back on top of their draw pile. That's good, because I don't know what happens if you run out of cards. I guess you die. But I'll look it up. So they've got a heal. All players draw 3 cards. That's a potion. Oh, from their discard pile. That's pretty good. There you go. Defeat any card. Holy Hand Grenade. Holy Hand Grenade. Smite. Defeat a monster. So there you go. Each one of these will have different special abilities and a majority of one type of symbol. So it's kind of like a balance. See, there's not many. This is like the ranger, I believe, the green player. So there's not many swords. There's not very many scrolls. Barely any shields. But there's a ton of arrows. And a ton of movement. So actually, this deck didn't have any movement in it, did it? Yeah. So, oh no, there's 3 movement. There you go. So these are almost like opposites right here. So you got to think about that when you're choosing your heroes. So there we go. And you got some double arrows. And here's some more special cards. So snipe, defeat a person. Choose a player to draw 4 cards from the discard pile. So support role. Wild card can be any resource. 7 wild cards. That's pretty good. So this is a supportive, kind of a supporting role. And then, so you get the idea. These have different abilities in them. And then here's the monsters and the people and the events and the obstacles. Really? There we go. All right. Timberwolf. And some of these are really funny. So Timberwolf, Gorblin, boots, invisible wall, just a bunch of stairs, a straight up ghost, an arm dealer, see he's dealing arms, literally, bottomless pit, adorable slime. There's one I want to show you that's really funny. Where is it? Oh, there, yeah, there's Steve. See, Steve takes a scroll, a run, and an arrow. Here he is. The carpal tunnel. Get it? Carpal tunnel. Anyway, so there's some cards that let you beat obstacles. The ludicrously tall wall of ice. So they're all really, they're really good. Oh, and so there's events that happen that can't be avoided, I don't think. There might be a way. Anyway, they're usually bad, so all players discard a card. Flip over the next 2 dungeon cards. You must defeat both of them before moving on. All players pass your hand to the other player. All players discard your entire hand. All players discard. So, and then there's mini bosses. So these mini bosses might show up. And it's almost the same as fighting a boss. So that's the monster deck. So you'll have however many cards are required for your boss out of these. So these are the monsters and people and stuff. And then you'll shuffle in a certain number of these other event and mini bosses. So I think it's 2. I think it's usually 2 or 3. But anyway, there's the monster ones. I just want to find out real quick what happens when you run out of cards. There you go. If you're out of cards in your hand and draw a pile, you can't do anything until one of the following brings your cards back into the game. Yeah, so you just basically eliminated until some other effect brings them back in. So here's the app. 5-minute dungeon. Hey, how you doing? 5-minute dungeon app. So let me turn this up. So basically you choose what narrator voice you want. And then you enter the dungeon. See if you can hear it.
I'm John Bailey, and I will be your guide on this 5-minute adventure. Please fasten your seatbelts and put your tray tables in the upright position. 3, 2, 1, go.
So, and then it plays some like thematic music, and then say you play one of those cards, or you're the wizard, and you get to pause the timer.
Time paused.
And then you'll hit pause if you finish, and then you'll hit we won.
Hey, you totally made it out live. Did not see that coming.
And then also, if you don't make it out, I'm just going to show you one more voice. So,
hi friends, how about we conquer this dungeon together? 3, 2, 1, go!
So say this time we
Time
lost.
stopped. Hey, don't feel bad. Nobody expected you to win anyhow.
So yeah, it's just a timer. It's got like 5 different voices, and it's cool. It adds to the game, and I thought it was pretty funny. But yeah, that's everything that comes in the retail version of 5-minute dungeon. I really couldn't tell you what comes in the Kickstarter version, but this box, even though it's this weird shape that I really don't understand, they've got little spots for everything to fit perfectly, so it's okay. I think it's okay. I was kind of skeptical about the box. I'm like, what is this? But it looks really cool. Maybe I'll try to do a live play of this one because it should only take technically 5 or 10 minutes, depending on how many times you pause the timer. But hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Also check out gamingonboard.com and our accounts on Facebook and Twitter, or Facebook and Instagram. We are not on Twitter, but we do post to Instagram daily, and you can find us by searching at Gaming On Board. And thanks for watching. As always, play all the games.